Namaste and welcome to English class. Dear students, today we are going to learn grade 9 English. Right? And okay, which lesson and which unit are you going to learn? Can you guess? Yes, obviously. You are going to learn grade 9 unit 14. And the lesson is speaking. Right? And look at your book on page number 176 and then 177, right? So, you know speaking, don't you? You speak with your friends, you speak with your family members, you speak with different people in your society, in your neighborhood, right? Speaking is one of the essential skills in human beings, right? And in our grade 9 course, English course, speaking covers important aspect. And we are going to practice speaking of unit 14. Okay, so you can guess what is it related with. Unit 14 is related with direct and indirect speech. So we know that there are two kinds of speeches. One is direct and another is indirect. So, speakers' exact words, exact sentences, what the speaker has said, that is direct. And when the same word, phrase or sentence is reported by another person, not the speaker, right? And that becomes indirect. For example, your friend says something to you, okay, and you tell the same thing to another person, and what you tell to the another person is indirect, okay. So that's what we are going to learn in unit 14, speaking, okay. So what do you see in the picture? Yes, there is someone who is holding a book in hand. Don't you think the person is like a teacher? Yes, obviously. The person looks like a teacher. Okay? So, what's the teacher doing there? The teacher is teaching. This is the position. Okay? You see. Now, let's look at the sentences given there. Think and act. Looking at the picture, we should think and act. All right. Think for a minute and try to remember what your teacher said a few days ago. Okay? So, here now, you see, think for a minute and try to remember what your teacher said a few days ago. It's easy to remember what your teacher said a few days ago. Okay? Do you remember? If you take time and think for some time, you may remember. Right? And write down a statement. You know what is a statement. A statement is a sentence that normally start with subject. For example, students go to school for study. That's a statement. Because students here in the sentence subject, and then students go to school. Subject, verb, continue it goes. That is a statement. And next is a command. Okay? Command is, you know, stand up, sit down, come here, go out. These are the sentences, these are the commands. Okay? And next is question. You are familiar with the question. What's your name? What are you doing now? It's one type of question, that is WH question. And we have another type of question, yes, no question. Are you okay? Are you fine? Are you happy? Is he fine? We ask these questions. Okay? So that here she asked. That means your teacher. Now you are going to think for some time and remember, and you will speak the sentences used by your teacher a few days ago and report it to your friends. Okay. So let's guess, what are the sentences your teacher used a few days ago? Okay. So your teacher said, education is our third eye. What is it? Is it question, command, or statement? Obviously, This is a statement. Okay, education is our third eye. This is a statement. We guessed your teacher might have said this. Okay, and next is do exercise C on page 176 for homework. What is it? Is it a statement? Obviously not. It's not a statement. It's a yes. It's a command. Right? This is imperative sentence. Similarly, we have the next one. Captain, please collect the homework from the class. Your teacher, normally, these are the sentences from your teacher. You can think and remember, okay, the sentences used by your teacher a few days ago. So, this is a request. Okay, Captain, please collect the homework from the class. Okay, and similarly, your teacher might have said, I would like to draw your attention. Normally, while teaching, your teachers may say, oh, I would like to draw your attention. Could you please listen to me carefully? Okay, these are the common sentences from your teacher. This is a statement. Okay, so next is everyone present in the class today? Do you think it's a statement? Obviously not. This is not a statement. And is it a command? Not command too. This is a question. What type of question is it? Is it WH question? Certainly not. This is yes/no question, because this type of question demands either yes or no for answer. Is everyone present in the class today? This is a yes/no question. Okay? And next question. The school is going to organize a program on Friday. It's a statement, right? It's neither a question nor a command. It's a statement. And next is, behavior is the introduction of a person. It's also a statement. Okay? It's not command and it's not question. Behavior is the introduction of a person. Okay? Next, Hari, why were you absent yesterday? So, this is a question. This is a WH question, right? Your teacher might have asked this type of question. Okay? So now you remember these things. Don't laugh at your friend's mistake. Okay? This is imperative one. This is neither question nor statement. Well, dear students, all these sentences are in direct speech, because these sentences are spoken by your teacher. These are the exact sentences used by your teacher. So today, in our speaking practice, we are changing these sentences into indirect speech. Okay? So, how to change this? Education is our third eye. Okay. This is a kind of quotation. It's a kind of saying. It's a true fact, in a way you can say. This is true. When this is generally supposed as true, we don't change the tense. Okay, normally, when we change a sentence from direct to indirect speech, at that time present goes to past. This sentence is in present tense, but it does not go to past, because education is our third eye, is a general truth. Right? It's a true fact. So, normally we don't change the tense. Now, the indirect speech is, our teacher said that education is our third eye. Okay? We have made necessary changes while changing into indirect speech, but we have not changed the tense, because this is general truth. This is a fact. It's our third eye. Okay? And next, do exercise C on page 176 for homework. This is a command. Okay? So now we are going to change this sentence into indirect speech. He asked us, or you can say he told us, okay? He asked us to do exercise C on page 176 for homework. To do. Okay? He asked us to do. because this is imperative sentence. We use to as connector for imperative sentence. Okay? This sentence is a positive sentence. This is not a negative. For negative sentence, we use not and to. This is a positive sentence, so we use, he asked us to do exercise C on page 176 for homework. All right? Similarly, Captain, please collect the homework from the class. Okay, it's a kind of request. Either asked or requested we can use. Okay? So, this is the sentence by your teacher, and now we are going to report. That means we are going to change it into indirect speech. Okay? So, let's see what happens. He asks the captain to collect the homework from the class. To collect. We are using to as connector. And we are using asked. Or we can use requested also, because this is past. He asked, we can use. Just like we can use he requested, we can do that. We have used. And as it is a request, we are using to collect the homework from the class. Okay? I would like to draw your attention. Okay, this is the sentence spoken by your teacher. So, when we change into indirect speech, it goes like this. He said that he would like to draw our attention, because your teacher said your attention to you. Now, that your comes into our attention, because you are speaking this time. Okay? So, he said that, he means your teacher. He said that he would like to draw our attention. Okay? Next sentence. Is everyone present in the class today? This is a question. This is a yes-no question. Okay, when yes-no question comes, there is a different rule. Okay, connector is different. Okay, as there is yes-no question mark, normally we use ask. For example, let's see. He asked us if everyone was present in the class that day. Let's see the change of today. And let's see the change of connector. He asked us. We are using asked because there is question. This is the question from your teacher. So, he means your teacher. He asked us if or whether. WHETHER, whether we use. Right? Either if or whether we use. Right? And he asked us if everyone, because the connector is different in different sentence. For example, this is yes, no question, and here connector is either if or whether. Okay? He asked her if everyone was present. Right? We are changing the tense, is goes to was. Okay? If everyone was present in the class, now we are changing today into that day. This is the normal rule of changing from direct to indirect speech. When today comes, we change into that day. When yesterday comes, we change into the previous day or the day before. Okay? Or when tomorrow comes, we change into the next day or the following day. Okay? So, these are the adverbial changes. There are certain changes. Okay? While changing into indirect speech. Now, the school is going to organize a program on Friday. And we are going to change it into indirect speech. He informed us that. Now, let's see the reporting verb. We have not used said, asked or told. We have to use informed, because this is the information given by your teacher to you all. Right? So, he informed us that the school was going to organize a program on Friday. This is a kind of information. And we have used the connector that. And we have changed the tense from present to past. Okay? You see. And next is, behavior is the introduction of a person. Right? This is also a statement. Okay? So, for the statement, and this is general truth. It's a kind of fact. So, we don't use the tense of the sentence here. Okay? So, he said that behavior is the introduction of a person. This sentence is not from a particular context. okay, from particular tense or what someone said in particular time, because it goes for all the time. It is acceptable for all the time. It can be true in all the times. So we don't use make the change of tense. So you see here now, is remains as it is. Okay. Now let's look at the next sentence. Hari, why were you absent yesterday? This is the sentence from your teacher, and this is a question. This is a WH question. Okay. So for WH question, we don't use any kind of connector. Let's look at the answer. The teacher asked Hari. Obviously there is asked because the teacher asked question to Hari. Okay. The teacher asked Hari, why? Because there is no any other connector we are using this time. Okay. So just there is why in the first sentence, right, in the question, and we are using why in the answer. Right. That is the connector. We don't have to find any other new connectors for changing into indirect speech. And why he had been. Now let's look at the tense. Why were you? This is simple past. And the sentence has gone to, we have changed it into past perfect. Normally, present goes to past. That means simple present goes to simple past. Present continuous goes to past continuous. Present perfect goes to past perfect. Right? And present perfect continuous goes to past perfect continuous. And what about past? All right. So when simple past comes, it goes to past perfect normally. Okay. But while speaking, sometimes we may not use all the rules like that. But while writing, we do. Today is speaking person. Okay. Even if it's a speaking person, we are changing. This is the basic rule. Okay. So why were you absent yesterday? Why he had been absent? Simple past has gone to past perfect. And the here you see the adverb here, yesterday, it has been changed to the previous day or the day before. Either the previous day or the day before. We keep one. There is necessary change of adverbial. All right. So let's see. Don't laugh at your friend's mistake. Okay. This sentence you see. This is imperative. Okay, imperative sentence. And you see, he advised us because this is the teacher's advice. The reporting verb has come as advice because the teacher gave the advice this way. Now we have not used asked or told or requested. Just you can use told. He told us. It can be true. Okay, so it can be grammatically correct. So he advised us. This one is appropriate, more appropriate. Right? He advised us not to laugh because don't is negative. And when negative command comes or negative advice comes or negative sentence appears at that time, we use the connector not only to but also not and to. You see here now, not to laugh at our friend's mistake. Okay? So, dear students, I hope you got the idea, general idea about changing from direct to indirect, or especially while speaking and while reporting. As it is speaking part today, we are reporting what somebody says and we are retelling this, telling again, telling to another person what we heard. Okay, these were the sentences told by your teacher and you remember these sentences. Okay. And when you remember and you are telling the sentences to other people, it happens. Okay. So now you see something in the picture. What do you see in the picture? Yes, obviously. You see a girl there. And what's the name of the girl? Can you guess? She is? Yes, she is Kumari. So let's read the first sentence there. In the first sentence, you see, my name is Kumari, I am 20 years old. Okay? So, is this direct or indirect speech? Yes, this is direct speech because all these sentences are spoken by Kumari. right? So let's read. My name is Kumari. I am 20 years old. Don't waste too much time in sports only. Do you like sports? What do you play? Are you in grade 9 or 10? What is your name? How old are you? I was a football star of the school when I was in grade 10. Did you participate in any competition last year? What do you want to be in your life? Okay, these are the words used by, words are sentences used by Kumari. And all these are in direct speech because this is the direct sentence from Kumari. So we are going to report it. Okay? That means we are going to use indirect form of this. By speaking, we can practice. Okay, you may take time and practice what Kumari said. Okay, let's see. Yeah, it's given in your book. Kumari is one of your senior students. You met her on your way home. The things Kumari said are in the speech bubbles. The circles there and pointing to Kumari, that is called speech bubble, right? And work in pairs. Two of the friends start talking, okay? So take it in turns to read the speech bubbles and report them. Now we are going to report, okay? So, my name is Kumari, I am 20 years old. Now you see. How to report? The girl said that her name was Kumari and she was 20 years old. This is the indirect form, okay? What is your name? How old are you? Now, she asked me. She means, yes, Kumari. The girl here, given in the picture, okay? She asked me what my name was, okay? So when we ask directly, okay, we use the sentence, what is your name or what's your name? But when we report that sentence or when we use that sentence into indirect speech, not indirect, at that time we use asked because this is a question, okay? As it's a question, we use asked and what my name was, it goes, this is past, it goes to was. And this is not a direct question. This is an indirect question. So, and how old are you? This is a direct question and it goes to, and how old I was. Because the same person asked in the same condition. So, she asked me what my name was and how old I was. Okay, so this is indirect. This is how we change into indirect speech. And next sentence in speech bubbles. Right? You could see in your book, you can see in the speech bubble. Now let's change. Don't waste too much time in sports only. This is imperative sentence used by Kumari. Okay? And what happens? What is the answer here? She advised me because this is a kind of advice. So we can use advice. So she advised me not to waste. This is negative form. We should not do that. Okay, so for that not and to we are using. So she advised me not to waste too much time in sports only. All right. And next, I was a football star of the school when I was in grade 10. Okay, who said this? Kumari said. And she said that she was a football star of the school when she was in grade 10. Okay. And next sentence, do you like sports? What do you play? That is a question. Okay, is it WH question or S no question? Okay, dear students, this is obviously S no question. For WH question, there must be WH word. Okay? Okay. So, Kumari asked me, we are using if or instead of if, we can use WHETHER, whether as well. Okay? Now we are using if here. Okay? So Kumari asked me if I liked sports and also asked what I played. Because there are two questions, one after another. In a row, there are two questions. Right? So we have used and, right? And we have added this part. So Kumari asked me if I liked sports and also asked what I played. Also asked means who asked? Kumari asked. Okay? Did you participate in any competition last year? That is your question. Is this present, past or future question? Yes. Obviously, this is past question because we have got did here. And this is yes no question. This is not the WH question. And the answer is, she asked me if I had participated in any competition the previous year. Now, let's look at this sentence very clearly. As it's a question, we are using asked in reporting verb. And we are using if because this is yes no question. And normally past goes to past perfect, and we have used if I had participated because she has asked, did you participate? This is simple past. And we have changed simple past into past perfect if I had participated in any competition the previous year, because last year is changed into either the previous year or the year before. Okay, the previous year. This is the changed form of last year. When we change into indirect speech, normally we change last year into the previous year. Okay, are you in grade 9 or 10? This is a short yes no question asked by Kumari. And so she asked me whether I was in grade 9 or 10. Okay, normally when or comes, we use whether, but we can use whether instead of if all the time. Okay, so she asked me whether I was in grade 9 or 10. When we change into indirect speech, question mark is omitted. Only full stop comes. This is the end of the sentence. And what do you want to be in your life? Okay, she asks this question. This is WH question. What do you want to be in your life? Okay, here, finally, she asked me what I wanted to be in my life. Right? Finally, she asked me what I wanted to be in my life. This is present and we have changed into past. Okay? So, now let's see. Put into practice. Prepare a questionnaire to get a basic information about one of your friends. Interview him or her and note down the sentences as he or she says. Later, change the sentences into indirect speech and develop it in the form of a paragraph. Okay? So, we can make questionnaire or we can generally ask questions to the friends. Okay? So, what type of questions we can? Any type of question, especially question and answer. We get the idea from the friend and we change that into indirect speech. Here now, there are two friends. Okay? One asks question to another, and there is a kind of interaction, and we change that interaction into indirect speech. When they have interaction, that is direct speech. That is live interaction. That live speech, that is direct speech. And when it is reported, okay, and when it is mentioned in the next situation, what happened there? So it becomes indirect. So let's see. Arati. Hello, Bina. Where are you going now? I'm going to hospital. Okay. And why are you going to hospital? Because my grandmother has been ill for a week. And now Arati. Sorry to hear that. How is she? You see the response. Live talk. Okay? She's getting better. You found you found Arati. She has given response. Sorry to hear that. Sympathy. She has expressed sympathy. And how is she now? She has asked. She's getting better. Okay? Now Arati. I pray to God for her speedy recovery. Right? When we hear someone is ill at that time, and we give the words of sympathy, and we wish for speedy recovery, right? For getting better soon. Okay? And Bina, thank you. It's a kind of response. When will you come to school? Right? I will come from tomorrow. Okay. Bye, Bina. Bye. This is the situation we have created. Two people talking. Okay. So this is the situation, and we are changing this situation into indirect speech. And finally, we will change into paragraph. Okay. You see. Arati, hello Bina, where are you going now? Arati asked Bina where she was going. Then you see the necessary change. Now goes to then. Okay. So you see. And where she was going then. Where are you going now? This is present. And where she was going then. This she is who is Bina. Because Arati asked. Okay. And I am going to hospital. Bina replied that she was going to hospital. Okay. Similarly, why are you going to hospital? Here is double H question as well. Arati asked Bina why she was going to hospital. Okay. And next, because my grandmother has been ill for a week. Right? And this is the response. Because my grandmother has been ill for a week. And what is the indirect form of this? Bina told her that her grandmother had been ill for a week. Who told whom? Bina told Arati. Because this is the question from Arati. Because she wanted to know about Bina. Why she was absent. Right? Why? Where she is going. And why she is going there. Okay, so these all type of questions she has asked. And next, sorry to hear that. How is she now? It's a kind of sympathy she has used. Okay, and now let's see. Arati expressed sympathy and asked about her condition. So you see, we should understand the sentences very clearly. Right? Sorry to hear that. That means I am sorry to hear that. To hear that message. What is that message? Friend's grandmother is ill. How is she now? Okay, she has asked. And Arati expressed sympathy and asked about her condition. She is getting better. Okay, she is getting better. And Bina told Arati that she was getting better. Here, who is getting better? The grandmother. So here she is the grandmother. Okay, next, you see. I prayed to God for her speedy recovery. And Arati prayed to God and wished her grandmother's speedy recovery. Okay, here now, I prayed to God for her speedy recovery. This is a kind of wish for betterment. Right? Thinking positive, showing sympathy, right? And so it is wish. So, and wished her grandmother's speedy recovery. Here, her means friends, Bina's. Thank you. Then what happens? Bina thanked Arati. When somebody says thank you in direct speech, we say thanked. Okay, Bina thanked Arati. Arati, when will you come to school? Yes. Arati asked Bina when she would come to school. Right? I'll come from tomorrow. Okay? And now, Bina replied that she would go from the next day. Right? And bye Bina and bye. Okay, Arati and Bina, they bade goodbye. So finally, Arati and Bina bade goodbye to each other. Right? Finally, we are changing this into paragraph. Conversation between two people. Right? Question and answer, conversation, kind of interaction. Now we are changing into paragraph. So this is how we can change. Arati met Bina on the way yesterday and asked her where she was going. Bina replied that she was going to hospital. Then Arati asked her why she was going to hospital. Bina replied that her grandmother had been ill for a week. Hearing this, Arati expressed her sympathy and asked about her health condition. Bina informed her that her grandmother was getting better. Then Arati prayed to God for her speedy recovery. For her wish, Bina thanked Arati. Then Arati asked Bina when she would go to school. Bina replied that she would go from the next day. Finally, Arati and Bina bid goodbye to each other. Thank you. Okay, dear students, I hope you learned how to speak by using indirect speech. Okay, so in our practical life, there is not only direct speech. We have to report or we have to tell someone's sentence to other people. So this is how we can practice changing into indirect speech. All right, this much for today. Thank you.